Welcome to another healing space for you. Today, we journey into the Buddha's teachings on releasing the deep burdens of the heart, learning how to let go of pain, disappointment, and emotional wounds that weigh on our soul. In life, everyone encounters moments of hurt, words that cut deeply, actions that betray trust, or silence that feels like rejection. Over time, these moments can plant seeds of resentment in our hearts, slowly draining our joy. The Buddha taught that clinging to resentment is like holding onto a burning coal, expecting the other person to be burned. Yet it is our own hands that suffer. This truth reminds us that the path to freedom begins with compassion, not revenge. Forgiveness is not about excusing harmful actions or pretending the pain never happened. It is about choosing peace over the endless cycle of anger and bitterness. When resentment arises, the mind narrows. We become trapped in the story of what went wrong, replaying it again and again. This keeps the wound open and fresh, as if we were pouring salt on it each day. Mindfulness offers us a way out. By observing our thoughts without judgment, we see how resentment is just another mental formation, impermanent, like clouds drifting across the sky. The Buddha often spoke of the boundless nature of compassion, a quality that knows no limits or conditions. To nurture compassion, we begin by softening our own hearts. Imagine the person who hurt you as a human being shaped by their own pain, fears, and ignorance. This does not excuse their actions, but it opens a door to understanding. In that understanding, the sharp edges of anger begin to dissolve. Another profound teaching is the practice of loving kindness, or metta. Each day, spend a few moments silently sending wishes of peace to yourself, to loved ones, and even to those who have caused you harm. At first, it may feel difficult, even impossible. But with patience, you will notice your heart becoming lighter, your breath deeper, and your mind more at ease. True healing does not mean forgetting the past. It means transforming our relationship with it. The Buddha's wisdom guides us to see that resentment is a self-made prison, and the key to freedom is in our hands. Each moment we choose understanding over judgment, compassion over bitterness, we take a step closer to liberation. In life, the longing for recognition and the need for approval often create an invisible chain that binds the heart. The Buddha taught that true freedom does not come from satisfying others' expectations, but from seeing clearly the impermanent nature of praise and blame. Just as a flower blooms without asking for applause, we too can live fully without needing constant validation. When we attach our happiness to external approval, we become vulnerable to disappointment. One moment, we may be lifted by kind words. The next, we may feel crushed by criticism. This cycle keeps the mind restless and the heart unsteady. The Buddha's wisdom invites us to step out of this cycle by anchoring your self-worth in the unchanging truth of our own nature. A nature that is pure, compassionate, and complete as it is. Mindfulness is the first step in loosening the grip of expectation. Take a few moments each day to observe your thoughts. Notice when your mind drifts toward imagining how others will react or judge you. Recognize this tendency without blame. By simply acknowledging it, you create a small but powerful distance between your true self and the habit of seeking approval. The Buddha often used the image of a lotus rising from muddy waters. The lotus does not wait for the water to be clean before it grows. It rises regardless, untouched by the mud. In the same way, your inner peace can flourish even in an imperfect world. You do not have to wait for the approval of others to begin living authentically. Letting go of expectations also means embracing impermanence. The people who praise you today may criticize you tomorrow, and those who misunderstand you now may appreciate you later. When you see this constant change, you realize that placing your happiness on others' opinions is like building a home on shifting sand. Compassion plays an essential role in this journey. When others fail to meet your expectations, remember that they too are shaped by their own struggles, fears, and desires. Just as you wish to be understood, so do they. By extending understanding, you break the cycle of resentment and open the door to peaceful relationships. True liberation comes when you no longer measure your worth by the world's response. You act with kindness not because it will be noticed, but because it is the natural expression of a free and loving heart. And in that freedom, you find a deep, unshakable peace. The kind of peace that remains steady through both applause and silence. Letting go of resentment is not a one-time act, but a continuous practice. Each day, life may present new challenges, and old wounds may resurface. The key is to meet each moment with awareness. Notice when the mind starts replaying old stories. Gently bring it back to the present, reminding yourself, this moment is fresh. I have the power to choose peace now. The Buddha taught that everything arises and passes away. Thoughts, emotions, even the sharp sting of betrayal. When we deeply understand impermanence, we see that holding on to resentment is like trying to keep a flame in our hand. Eventually, it burns us more than anyone else. In meditation, you can visualize the weight of resentment as a heavy stone you've been carrying. With each mindful breath, imagine placing that stone down. Feel the lightness in your shoulders, the openness in your chest, and the freedom in your heart. This is not weakness. It is strength. It takes great courage to release what has been poisoning your spirit. As your compassion grows, you begin to see life with softer eyes. You notice the small joys, a kind smile, the warmth of sunlight, the sound of leaves in the wind. These moments remind you that life is too precious to waste in anger. And remember, forgiveness is not a single act, but a daily choice. Some days it will feel easier, and other days the old pain may resurface. When it does, simply breathe, acknowledge it, and let it pass like a cloud in the sky. Each release is a victory for your heart, a step toward living fully in the present moment. The ultimate gift of releasing resentment is returning to your true nature, a mind that is spacious, a heart that is free, and a spirit that can love without fear. This is the path the Buddha illuminated, not a life without pain, but a life where pain no longer rules us. May you walk this path with courage and grace, finding peace in every step. Namaste.